So word around the campfire is Kevin Durant will be traded. Now, it's not if he's going to be traded, it's when he's going to be traded. Now, the usual suspects as far as teams go, the Miami Heat, the Houston Rockets, the Minnesota Timberwolves, just to name a few teams. Even the San Antonio Spurs have thrown their name in the hat as far as exploring a trade with Kevin Durant. Even the New York Knicks, who recently fired their coach, that took them deep into the playoffs throughout their Knick career. It's been like over 20 years since the Knicks not only been in the playoffs but has even advanced into the playoffs. So there are a lot of teams out there that are requesting the services of Kevin Durant. I do feel like the timeline as far as announcing this trade is probably going to happen either next week or no later than later this month. That's me speculating. I don't think the Phoenix Suns want to drag this out throughout the whole entire summer. They want to go ahead and get it over with. Now, there are some hiccups with this trade. Kevin Durant has 1 year remaining on his contract, so whatever team he trades to, they're going to basically want Kevin Durant to sign a long-term extension with that team. Okay? And when you look at the other side of the fence with the Phoenix Suns organization, they kind of want to get back the picks that they lost in getting Kevin Durant. So there are some major hiccups as far as the Suns getting what they want, Kevin Durant getting what he wants, and finding a good fit for Kevin Durant. Now, if you're asking me, I feel like out of all the teams I just mentioned in this video, maybe the Minnesota Timberwolves. I would say maybe the Minnesota Timberwolves is a good possibility. Now, I know this team hasn't been announced as far as the candidates that are possibly needing the services of Kevin Durant. I also want to throw in, but I don't think they have the money or the cap space. And if you look at this owner, he's been really, saving his money. He hasn't went big or go home with his money. And that is the Denver Nuggets. I do feel like with Joker and Kevin Durant, that is a good inside-outside combination there. You're going to have to figure out, are you going to double, triple team Joker and let Kevin Durant just sit out there and just get his, or are you going to double Kevin Durant? I think that's a good scenario. No one's not even talking about it. And that's just my recommendation. But out of all the teams I mentioned, the Miami Heat, if you look at the Miami Heat, they have no income tax. But when you think about it, where are the Miami Heat going to go? Okay? And who they're going to have to give up as far as their future for KD? And is KD going to sign a long-term extension with them? I don't see nothing materializing there. With the Knicks, they will have to give up Cat. Cat will have to go to the Suns. There have been a lot of people that are suggesting that, know a few people in the Suns organization that Cat is really not on their radar. So I think that possibility is non-existent, because you're going to have to send a big contract to the Suns, and Kevin Durant will have to sign an extension with the Knicks, which I don't think that's going to be a huge big deal. But out of all the teams, as far as the Spurs go, they're still young, they're still growing. I think Kevin Durant wants to go somewhere where he can instantly get success, possibly win a title, or win a title, or have a very successful career there. So out of all the teams, I think the Minnesota Timberwolves. But I've been saying this for a long time on this channel. People that have been subscribed to my channel since day one, you already know what I'm about to say. I never thought Kevin Durant was that guy. And I remember Charles Barkley made this quote, are you a bus driver or a bus rider. And I think Kevin Durant is a bus rider. People seem to forget Kevin Durant had his biggest success as far as winning titles with the Golden State Warriors. But if you look at the Golden State Warriors, you know, they were already, they was already winning titles even before Kevin Durant. And they had more of a veteran team, and they already had leaders established. When you talk about Draymond Green, Steph Curry's more of a silent leader. Klay Thompson, when he was with the Golden State Warriors, he was a leader by example. So, and then you had the front office and Steve Kerr. That was a good landing spot for Kevin Durant. And when Kevin Durant left the Golden State Warriors to go to the Brooklyn Nets, I was hesitant on them winning a title, even when they started adding pieces. And he basically left that franchise ruined. Now, they have seemed like they have, gotten out of the shadows of that situation when Kevin Durant was with Brooklyn. But when Kevin Durant went with the Phoenix Suns, he pretty much did the same thing. The Phoenix Suns franchise, they gave up so much draft picks and capital to get Kevin Durant, as well, as their other decisions to make Kevin Durant, situation to make Kevin Durant happy. It's going to keep that franchise. I say that franchise is not going to be winning anything in the next 10 years. They're going to have to start all over again. The Oklahoma City Thunder, the Houston Rockets are here to stay. This is a new era with the NBA. It's about draft picks like the NFL. If you draft right, you're going to have a very successful team. Look at the Oklahoma City Thunder. Look at the Houston Rockets. Look at the San Antonio Spurs. They're building their franchises through the draft. They're not going in the summer, trying to get a super team or anything like that. Okay, look at the Indiana Pacers. They're like a couple of wins away of possibly winning the NBA Finals. Okay, so they built it from the ground up. So the super team thing era is over with. You're gonna need more than one star to win a title in today's modern era of the NBA. So Kevin Durant, that old system that Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Kyrie Irving, Giannis, to a certain extent, they're going to have to, either stay with their franchises and allow the franchises to draft players that fit well with them, or they're going to keep running into this same thing. That's why I don't see LeBron James leaving the Los Angeles Lakers, where he's going to go to. Okay. And the Los Angeles Lakers, out of all the franchises, the Los Angeles Lakers will give LeBron something. Now, if they draft his other son, he will stay there. But I think LeBron James' time with the Los Angeles Lakers is running out. And Kevin Durant, like I said earlier, I think Kevin Durant is a bus rider. He's not a bus driver. If you plant him with a team that already has a successful head coach, that has a solid, stable foundation when you talk about the organization, and when you're also talking about the team, because Kevin Durant can fit in any system. I think Kevin Durant, if he still got love for basketball, if he's got love in his heart for basketball, Kevin Durant can play until he's 50. Okay, Kevin Durant coming off the bench in his late 40s is not a easy out. He can still get you some points, even in his late stages of his career. So Kevin Durant has an extraordinary talent that's not going to go away. He can shoot the ball. Okay, so that type of skill set is never going to fade. Kevin Durant was never the most athletic NBA player in NBA history. Kevin Durant got a bag. Kevin Durant got skills, and those skills can transcend him. If he still got love for basketball, he can play into his late 40s, early 50s. So, Kevin, and I know people are going to say 50, But think about it. Kevin Durant coming off the bench, giving you 8 to 10 points 8 to 10 minutes a game, and he's just a volume scorer. I still think he can do that, particularly on a team that already have pieces that's already solid that I just mentioned. So Kevin Durant, if he still's got love, he can play like that. But Kevin Durant was never a superstar. You couldn't build around Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant was so unique. He was a unicorn. He can fit in any system. He doesn't desperately seeking Susan need the ball. Okay, he can play off the ball. All right, he doesn't. When you talk about his handles, is not as better than Kyrie Irving. He's not as athletic as LeBron James. When LeBron James was in his prime, he's not a dunker. He's not a monster dunker. He was not this all-star defender, even though he can defend. His best attribute is his skill set. And his skill set is he knows how to shoot the ball. And that will never go away as long as he's got love for the game. So, yeah, Kevin Durant could play in his late 40s, maybe 50 if he still's got love for the game. I think there are a lot of teams that will be interested in Kevin Durant that long in his career. But if I was Kevin Durant, I would go to the Minnesota Timberwolves. If they don't have to give up a lot, Kevin Durant will fit perfectly with Ant. Because Kevin Durant doesn't need the ball. Kevin Durant can just hover around the line or just, set up for a screen or a pick and easily give you 20 with no problem. I can also see Kevin Durant going back to the Oklahoma City Thunder. If he just plays out this year contract, let's just say hypothetically, he just want to play it out and see if this is the team he wants to be on before he signs the extension. And if he's not interested with the Minnesota Timberwolves, he can go into free agency, sign a veteran minimum, and join the Oklahoma City Thunder if they still have pieces to run it back 2 years from now. Okay, because you got to realize the picks that they was successful on, they're going to have to give contracts to those picks. All right, so they're going to either trade them away to get more picks, or they're going to be picking real good in this year's up and coming. They got 2 years to substitute the players that they're going to have to give max contracts to if they don't want to give max contracts to those players, okay? Because the more players that you take care of, the less and less money you have to play with to keep the whole roster. So Kevin Durant, who knows? He might sign a 1-year contract with the Oklahoma City Thunder, play with those young cats, hope and maybe win a title with them. Okay, I think that's good enough for Kevin Durant. And Kevin Durant could be like a journeyman, just like Russell Westbrook. Okay, but I think Kevin Durant's career will be longer than Russell Westbrook, and even longer than LeBron James, because Kevin Durant has a unique skill set that those two guys don't have. Okay, so yeah, in today's NBA, when if you breathe on somebody, they're gonna blow the whistle on you. Kevin Durant can play as long as he wants. So yeah, that's all I got. I know people are gonna say in the comment section, Kevin Durant, you don't think Kevin Durant's a star. You don't think Kevin Durant is a bus driver. You think he's a bus rider. That's fine and dandy. You can comment in the comment section all you want to, but the proof is in the pudding. Okay, his biggest success is when he was with a team that was already completed. Okay, he was just an added ingredient to sweeten the deal. Not to say that they would have won the title when he was there, but I think they still would have been in the NBA Finals. Okay, let's just give them that much respect. And Kevin Durant, I'm not discrediting him, but Kevin Durant, people, his strongest attribute is he can fit in any system, and Kevin Durant can fit in any system. You don't have to build around Kevin Durant. You just plug him in and play. But I don't think Kevin Durant a superstar. I don't think he's better than Steph Curry. He's not better than LeBron James. I don't think he's better than the Joker. I don't think he's better. I think he's. I don't think he's. I think it's a tie between him and the Greek Freak. But and there's another name I wanted to say, but I've totally forgot it. But that's neither here nor there. I think he's better than a lot of the players in the league, particularly in the last 5 years. But I don't think he's better than those players I just mentioned. And does he have to be? I don't think he has to be. It is what it is. People just don't want to be realistic about Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant, and I think that's one of the reasons why Kevin, he gets so much backlash, and I think people put him on a pedestal, and I just think if people just respect, I think if people respect who Kevin Durant is, that will be cool. But yeah, as far as the trade goes, I see the Minnesota Timberwolves. I think they got draft capital. I think they got players that they can swap as far as salary goes to the Phoenix Suns. It's going to have to be a happy medium. I don't think the Phoenix Suns are going to be totally happy with what they're going to get for Kevin Durant. I don't think they're going to get all their draft picks, but they're going to get a few draft picks. Besides, you got Devin Booker. That team is a wash. They're not going anywhere. Trade Devin Booker to a team that can give him the best success and possibly win a title. So, and then you can get the rest of your draft picks from, Devin Booker, trading Devin Booker to another ball club. Okay, and you're just gonna have to live with what you live with, and you just got to just go from there, start all over. But it's going to have to be somewhere where Kevin Durant will be interested in going, and you can get something. I'd rather get something for Kevin Durant than get absolutely nothing for Kevin Durant. And that's where Suns are going to have to just deal with whatever they get from Kevin Durant. You got Devin Booker. You can use him you could trade him to another team and get some draft picks and start all over again. So yeah, that's all I got for today, guys. Tell me what you think. Rate, comment, subscribe. I really do appreciate you guys listening to the other videos. It seems like y'all really are interested in the Kroger videos. I might do one more Kroger video and test that out, test the waters out, see if you guys like that. And if you guys want me to do things like that, I will continue to do videos like that besides sports and entertainment. Guys, I'm up out of here. Deuces.